Hey, Taurus, I hope you're enjoying your birthday season and that things are off to a great start for your next trip around the sun. We're here to dive into a next 72 hours read in the lead up to the Scorpio full moon. It's going to be coming in on the 12th, and we're just going to see the themes that will be introducing themselves in that lead up, but in no way, shape, or form is the read limited to the next 72 hours. But usually it's a good idea to pay attention to the synchronicities and signs that come in that time frame because they have something to show you. And we're going to dive right into it. This is for all Taurus placements. Also, if you are a Scorpio rising, that makes you a Taurus descendant, and you can get a lot of information from this read too. All right, so let's just dive right in to see what's coming through for you. I do feel like there's a situation at hand where something is coming someone's way, and somebody is trying to calm them down, temper them a little bit, maybe tell them that it's not as bad as they think it is, or it's not something to be as worried about as they may be. You could be playing this role for somebody. Somebody could be playing this role for you. The determination is out, okay, as far as how that's going to roll out, but perhaps we'll get some more information coming in here. There could also be the indication that there's something that's coming to a bit of a head in a situation where a certain truth will be revealed with the full moon. Oof. Yeah, this could have something to do around some kind of sense of betrayal, trickery, foul play, deception, could be from an outside party here, stirring up some problems, causing some dissension, somebody who has their eyes set on winning some kind of prize, being the victor in this situation. This also could be related to a past connection with the Queen of Spades coming out in the light. Again, there's some kind of truth that's going to be known here. There could be something coming in, some kind of information about how this person is moving forward or who's moving toward them that's stirring up a ruckus here. A little bit of trickster energy at play in this situation. Also a little bit of divine play. Now with that Jack of Hearts energy, that very well could be the Scorpio coming out, your descendant sign, okay? There could be a Scorpio that is in this mix, in this situation, who might want to manipulate the truth or perhaps manipulate a particular Queen of Spades. This could be an ex coming your way that wants to slant your opinion in a certain way, get you to look at a situation through a particular lens. But there's also like this tricky energy here. It's very dualistic, okay, because it's sort of a blend between shadow and light. So perhaps this is the balancing point. Someone's an angel in this situation, someone's a devil, but there's a meeting place where the two diverge, and also can find a way to sort of have that be the thing that can mend something here as well. Yeah, once something is seen clearly around some kind of sense of betrayal, somebody feels betrayed here, and in the thick of it, we have a Queen of Clubs operating in the shadow. I mean, this certainly could be a third party. This could be somebody who has designs on somebody's partner, they want to be the victor in this situation. I do feel like there's like a little bit of a competitive angle here. We got fire sign energy out here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have your energy out here, as well as Pisces and Cancer. And then we have air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So let's get some more details here about what this situation is that's brewing here. I mean, I do see there's been a little getting away with something, but I feel like the sense I got, I don't know why I'm seeing it like this, but it looks like an oncoming train, and it's like you can hear the horn blowing ahead of time, sort of signaling to clear the tracks. There doesn't need to be blood on the tracks with the Jack of Clubs coming in here. as long as you get moving, like in the right direction. But if you sort of like stay in the present position, it may be more than you bargained for with what's coming towards you in relation to this situation. Now, you certainly could be dealing with somebody and you're sort of being affected by this situation just because, you know, they're in your field of awareness. There's somebody that you're connected to, you care about this person. This could also be a situation where, you know, somebody that you're connected to is trying to tell you there's not a need for you to, like, you know, take some kind of action here to rectify a situation, or even just to get yourself out of the way. Okay, 5:44 on the clock, that may be what it is. It may be something that you don't need to be connected to, but maybe you got roped into by somebody else. And you might be having somebody sort of downplaying the situation to you and telling you, oh, you know, don't worry about it. You don't need to take that action. And actually, you'd be really wise to hop on it. I got that. Because I don't feel like, you know, where somebody's trying to sort of shed false optimism on a situation. I don't think that's the light at the end of the tunnel. I do think there's an oncoming train here. We got the 8 of Hearts, like something should be walked away from. That might be the action you're considering. All right. You could be considering walking away from something because you can sense something's off here. You can sense that something is not going to be like some happy ending to this long drawn out saga here. You know that it's in your best interest to invest your energy in another direction here. You may even get some kind of message coming in that's alerting you of this and putting you in the loop. You'd be wise to trust your instincts where you feel like you should end a situation or walk away from it because you feel like there's hidden factors at work. You're absolutely right. And I wouldn't listen to somebody who's trying to manipulate you to slow your roll when you know darn well it's in your best interest to get out of Dodge. That's what I got. Okay, you could be dealing with a former lover here, you know, that's trying to sort of sweet talk you, convince you that really, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you don't need to worry about this now. You know what you need to block here in order to preserve your peace. So I think where you have strong instincts about this, you really need to trust this. Give me some more details about this. Woo! Okay, interesting. You know, the shadow card just fly out over an ashtray I got here. Yeah, look at this. Jack of Clubs coming up in the shadow, you see? You're right to feel a sense of urgency around whatever you have the desire to cut off with a quickness here. With the Jack of Spades coming in there with the Jack of Clubs in the shadow. Really, it's to protect your interests here. And in fact, you could lose big if you don't pull out of this. For some of you, this is some kind of financial arrangement. Let me see what the shadow card is that fell in the ashtray there. Woo-hoo-hoo. With a Queen of Clubs coming up in the shadow. Okay, so this is somebody who's extremely competitive. This is somebody who will win their position by any means. This is somebody who will fight dirty. They will hit below the belt. This is somebody who could also be interfering in a romantic relationship. They could be somebody who's trying to come in between you and your lover. This could also be somebody who is of the witchy persuasion and is using a little too much force, if you know what I mean, with what they're throwing around there. Okay? You don't want to get in some big entrenched battle of wills here, all right? Because I feel like there will be a lot of hitting below the belt. And if you feel suspicious about an energy that's coming towards you, it could be a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. But they could be coming forward in such a way where they may be trying to pull your heartstrings. If you have suspicion that they're still connected to a particularly, how do I want to put this? I feel like this person really flies off the handle, this Queen of Clubs. If you feel like they're still connected to this person, they are. They are. And I think you got some beef with this particular character that they're still connected to with Queen of Diamonds coming out here. That's your energy. But see, I feel like the two of you kind of like face off with each other. And this is what's causing a big problem in this situation. It's like a battle of wills. And there's something about turning your back on this, even though that may make you stew a bit. It might be something you've been considering. It's wise. It will protect your interests, okay? Let me do a cut the deck here. See what we got. Yes, King of Diamonds, okay? That puts you in a much stronger position, actually, if you take that stance. And on the other side there, we have the Four of Diamonds in the shadow. You see, I feel like if you get sucked into this, it's going to rock your foundation in some way. It's going to rock your stability in some way if you engage in this sort of like battle of wills with this Queen of Clubs in the shadow. It could really have you losing big. And I've got something about losing big in terms of like your stability. It could rock things on the home front. It could cause problems at work, something along these lines, okay? Let me get you a plant ally here, something for you to work with over the next 72 hours here, just to give you a focal point for the kind of energy you should be focusing on bringing in with that full moon in Scorpio. It's going to hit the scene on the 12th. Of course, if you were seeing this after the 12th, it makes no difference. These messages are timeless, but it does tie back to the Scorpio full moon lunar cycle here. So we know we're heading through a period of transformation here in process, all right? So a lot of things are coming to an end as new things are beginning right now. Bottom of the deck, lemon balm, nurture. See, what you should be nurturing is the way you want to move forward and the kind of community that you want to foster, the kind of connections you want to have, and what you're looking to grow in your life, what you're looking to come to bloom. And this is where you should be nurturing the energy. This is where you should be investing and moving forward, okay? So I do feel like it's a good time for you to be in a place of productivity. The more productive you can be in nurturing what you're wanting to grow for your future and taking your focus off these sort of distractions, the more that you're going to find that the way opens up for you. I do feel like there's a Chariot coming in here. You could be dealing with a Cancer in this situation. This Queen of Clubs could be a Cancer, Leo, cusper, okay? I got that, all right? So I feel like if you really want to enter into a cycle of expansion and good luck here, it's really important that you don't get entangled in this, because I feel like there's something that you're moving into productivity on here. I got that with this full moon coming in. And really, all of your efforts should be focused there. This may even be something that you want to do on your own. You may have pulled out from working with certain people because you started to feel like you were being held back in some way. You're wanting to come together with new people and expand your network beyond, you know, the people you've been kind of connecting with, working with. Certainly this can be used socially, romantically, but I'm also picking this up on a business angle. And I feel there is something here that as you start to focus more on productivity, it increases your fortunes. And there's some opportunity that comes your way that it's got legs. It'll take you places, okay? It'll take you off the tracks and put you on the track towards your future. You know what I'm saying? It's got those vibes, you know? You know those old silent films where, you know, the woman is like tied up on the tracks and there's the oncoming train. And here comes, you know, the rescuer valiantly sweeping in to save her. I kind of feel like that's the energy. It's like Jack of Hearts in the shadow coming in like that, even as they're the ones who kind of like put you in that spot. It's got those vibes. But I also feel like those ties that are around you on the tracks, like they're loose. All you have to do is just, you know, get up, stop playing the role. You know what I'm saying? Nurture what you really want to grow in your life here. it's going to open up so much more for you, because I really feel like where you've been has been a limitation for you, right? Ooh, and with that, we got a lot that came out here. See, here's the thing. We got a few cards that came out here. Currently, there's something you aren't wise to here with elder wisdom in reverse. And that's connected to the number 10. So this could have something to do with your ability to sort of turn the wheel of fortune there for you in your favor. And certainly without Wheel of Fortune imagery, this could be connected to a Sagittarius. You could also be dealing with any of the fixed signs. We had Leo come out pretty strongly. Your energies there front and center, as well as Scorpio. So I do feel like you're really going to be feeling this. There's some lesson to learn here. There is something that is going to be revealed to you that I feel like you take it as a betrayal, okay? Almost like somebody playing both sides of the fence in a situation. But I also feel like, well, there could be an Aquarius in the mix too. We did have that air sign energy come out here. It's something to do with your network, like your network of people. It could have something to do with an online network here too. But there's something here that's being illuminated that you weren't wise to before. And I think it's letting you know, like, I need to get moving, or I need to like extricate myself out of this situation. You feel like you need to take some action here to protect your interests. And somebody's trying to sort of convince you that it's not as bad as what you're picking up here. But there really is something you should act on. Don't be held back by what this person's saying, because I do feel like that'll work against you here. Yes, something may have just become too entrenched and embattled in a situation. I feel like this full moon that's coming in for you is a bit of a portal where you are experiencing a sense of psychic integration. There's some kind of deep psychic healing happening here, and it's giving you a new kind of perspective. There's also a very potent magic that's awakening in you. And with this energy, I do have, real strong, like Lilith sort of vibes here, where I feel like it may require that you sort of break with a certain pack who maybe has underestimated you, or has sort of cast you aside, or felt like at one point in time you were sort of like disposable. And I feel like this is you really stepping into your power and understanding that for you to truly be all you're here to be, you need to break ties with certain associations, because these people are really holding you back from your full potential. And I do think you're gaining the ability to really see through something you couldn't see through before. You're seeing through a certain veil of illusion or a certain deception here. And this for you is giving you a new vision of the way forward. And you should trust this vision, because I feel like it's an integration point for you. It marks the turning point for you. We have mugwort coming in here. So you may want to do some work around your dreams. You may want to make a dream pillow with mugwort in it as well towards your dreams, especially if you felt like outside interference, people just trying to tap into your energy. Also, mugwort can bring on more visionary experiences in dream time. So there's something here about getting messages in your dreams that are activating the medicine woman, the medicine man within you. Okay, so this is also something coming in that's going to help clear out for you what's been the source of a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. There's something you're transmuting here, I feel, and it's bringing a change in your life. It's like you're knowing when it's time to really just let the score be settled, and let it be settled by disengaging and walking away from it, because you're starting to realize the ways that it's holding you back. And so I really feel there's this message coming through for you that it's all about you protecting your peace at this time. That's what's top priority for you. And I do feel like you're clearing out a lot of anger. You may first have like a discharge of anger, though. You know what I'm saying? There might be a moment when you have to like really let it all out or let someone have it. But it sort of like clears the air here, I feel. And it's what's needed so you can let go. Or maybe it's what's needed so you can have a good cry, you know, just sort of let out the frustration, what you've been holding inside here. But I do feel like it opens your road, you know. You're right on the money here. Some of you, in terms of your work, you may really be called to get into some kind of work where you're actually working with the plants. You may be doing some like medicine making, or you may make special tinctures. You may even work on an alchemical level. Maybe you have different magical blends that you're whipping up here, and this is something you've considered as a business. I think if you want to head in that direction, it'll work out very well for you, regardless how others may be trying to put down your ideas here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get you a goddess energy as well to just add another layer of guidance for how you can best focus your energy with the full moon in Scorpio coming in. And if you come to this after the full moon in Scorpio, it's okay. You can still hold this intention that comes through just to sort of tap back into the essence of that Scorpio full moon, right? It's all timeless. It's an energy signature. So whenever you receive this download, it's the right time for you. The basis of the matter, see, you're really in this energy of selfhood, standing on your own 2 feet, going your own way, being very focused on where you're heading, not where you've been, mastering the hunt rather than being the hunted in this situation. With Artemis coming in here, guardian, I do feel like you have a lot of protection around you as well. And again, you and those you love and all that's dear to you is really being spiritually protected at this time. You may feel a connection with Artemis. I also feel like you're in a really strong place within yourself that just allows you to be at peace, no matter how others may try to rile you up, stir up dissension around you. You're learning a sense of self-mastery here where you're really able to stay in your calm center. I also feel like your ancestors don't play, your guides don't play. I do feel like you have a lot of spiritual protection around you too, right? So this looks like a good energy for you to be tapping into here. Let's see what goddess wants to come on through for you. I do feel like there's a certain action you want to take, and there's been a little manipulation to try to get you not to take this action, but you certainly should go for it. I feel like it'll really work out in your favor, Taurus. Okay. Woo! And that flipped up right in the middle of the deck. Well, look at that. You may have a strong connection with Isis here. Isis coming on through. She's very nurturing. She's a very nurturing, like mother goddess kind of energy, and that nurture message came in for you before. If you do feel activated at this time, it's because the situation that you're dealing with has connections to past life energy. So there's something here karmically that you're really closing up. This is a major karmic cycle for you. And you also may have a lot coming up in your dream time that's here to inform you about the present situation you're in. And it's directly related to past life memories. So you might want to drop in and connect with this Isis energy at this time. So yes, do pay attention to dream time. Understand that you're going through psychic reintegration, psychic healing here. You're calling back your power. You're calling back parts of yourself. Some of you may be doing soul retrieval work, but I feel like whatever you're doing here, it spans beyond just this present situation. And if you're not one who really resonates with the idea or concept of past lives, then you're definitely dealing with something that's very deeply rooted. And this goes back into your past. So there's a lot more that you're healing here than just what you've been navigating through. but I do feel like you got a lot of supportive energy on your side. It looks like you're wise to take the action you want to take to sort of like extricate yourself from a situation or certain associations and to head down your own track there. I feel like that is the route forward for you. Trust yourself and you won't go wrong, Taurus.